Hi anime fans, Blaze here, welcome to an overdue pickups video. This is what I picked up for the remainder of April. I know we're already into the second week of May, but a couple of these things took a little longer to come than I had imagined they would. So, let's get straight into it with this, shall we? This is the complete series of Sakura Wars TV. So we got Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not a series that I was overly excited about adding to the collection, shall we say, but for the price I got it for, I decided, well, why not? It's just another show to add to the collection. I will probably end up buying the art box for it, because there is an art box which originally came with a limited edition version of Volume 1. So you guys know I like my art boxes, so I'll be getting that. But yeah, it seems to be... It's like from what I know of the Sakura Wars franchise, it's like a blend of mecha, strategy type things, but also with a lot of romance and dating type stuff in it as well. I think that's what the video games are like, so I'm guessing the TV show is sort of similar. But yeah, Sakura Wars TV. Nothing too amazing with that, but whatever. Anyway, moving on. I got a really awesome gift from one of my best friends here on YouTube, David Bunch of Numbers. This is the X movie. We were talking about the original, the TV series that was put out a few months ago, quite a lot, about 6 months ago now, and he mentioned how that despite my beliefs, the movie is actually quite different. I'm pretty sure that's it, and the movie came first as well. So yeah, he wanted to send me something, and I didn't know what it was, and then when I saw it I was like, hell yes. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. It should be awesome. I've been tied up in Naruto fillers, which are almost thankfully at an end. But yeah, that was a really awesome gift from David Bunch of Numbers. His link will be in the description to his channel. He's a really cool guy. He is amazingly knowledgeable about certain things, so yeah, if you like getting as much information as possible, he's one of the best YouTubers to watch for stuff like retro cartoons. He's not all anime, it's mostly retro cartoons, but if that's your thing, like it is for me as well, I quite like retro cartoons and hearing about them and learning about them. So yeah, he's a great guy for that sort of stuff, so check him out. And thanks again, David, for the awesome gift. Okay, next up we have the second part of Steins Gate, which of course fits in the art box. Big shout out to anime fan Grant62. Now, I had always wanted to buy Steins Gate, and I think I even mentioned in one of my old pickups video when it had just come out, the first part had just come out, that this series will probably sell out quite quick, so I should probably go out and buy it, because I remember it being insanely popular when it was airing in Japan. And then I didn't do that. I always do this. I'll hear something's amazing, but I'll take ages to buy it. Do it all the time. But he said, you should really watch this show. It's one of the best I've seen. It's awesome. And I looked it up again, and the art box had just about gone out of print. I was like, quick, go and get it. So I bought the art box and part 1. And then I said, I'll eventually buy part 2. And I said in the video when I picked up part 1 that I would watch part 1 before getting part 2, which is not something I normally do. So it would get me to buy part 2 quicker, and it totally worked. I watched part 1 and I just had to have part 2 as quickly as possible. Steins Gate is one of the best series I have ever seen. It went straight into my top 5 ever. I absolutely loved it. It's amazing sci-fi. The way it builds, the characters are there's so much personality to them. There's so much character to the story, and it's a crazy sci-fi story about time travel and stuff, but it's actually understandable. That's what I loved about it, and that's why I've rated it so highly. It's because so many anime I watch that have like sci-fi elements. For just one example, I recently watched Gurren Lagann, and I liked Gurren Lagann, but I didn't like it as much as say Steins Gate, because a lot of the time when it was explaining essentially jargon, because it made no sense, because it was jargon. It made no sense to anyone. In fact, the show even played on that, with the characters turning around looking at some of the other characters to say, what the hell did this guy just say? you know, it's almost like a wink at just how often anime and sci-fi, or sci-fi in anime, have ridiculously overly complicated stories that barely anyone apart from the creator of said story could possibly understand. But in Steins Gate case, despite all the time travel and the jumping of timelines and stuff, I'm really not ruining anything here because it's the whole core of the show, so don't worry. And I won't say any more, but basically that is a complicated concept, but it is explained so simply and so well, you will not get lost. And so instead of getting lost in the concepts and not understanding them, because you understand them, you get lost in the plot. You get absolutely absorbed into it, and I understood everything that was going on. I knew exactly what was going on, and that was what made Steins Gate one of the best anime I've ever seen. I've probably just given away my entire Race to 100 review, but that probably won't come for ages, if at all, knowing the way I go about those. So, basically, Steins Gate is a must-buy, and if you can find it, totally pick it up if you haven't already. I know I'm only saying stuff that a lot of you already know. I'm late to the party, I'm aware of that, but oh my god, Steins Gate was absolutely incredible, and to jump straight into my top 5 is no mean feat, by the way. In my top 10, obviously I consider some of the best anime ever, and I don't think any anime in my top 10, I don't go, well, it's a really, really awesome show and I really loved it, but it has faults. No show in the top 10, in my opinion, in my top 10 has faults. So for Steins Gate to get straight in there, that's just how perfect it is. It is amazing and a must buy. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about Steins Gate, but yeah, I picked up part 2 and it was epic. Anyway, moving on. We're going to show these. I picked up a show that I've been wanting to see for a very, very long time. This is Honey and Clover. This series I've been wanting to get for ages, and when I watched Nadame Cantabile earlier this year, and I found out that Honey and Clover has similar aspects. It's not about classical music, but the relationships between characters, especially from the first season of Nadame Cantabile. It's basically about, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I haven't looked totally into the plot. I'm pretty sure it's just about college students, I think they're art college students, and just their relationships and stuff. And it's supposed to be really good. I really like those shows that where you just get invested in it's almost like a soap opera, to be honest, which is a horrible comparison to make because I hate traditional TV soap operas, but I think it has those similar aspects where it's just like the trials and tribulations of these people's lives as they're growing up, sort of thing, through art college and the relationships they have and all the rest of it. So yeah, Honey and Clover is supposed to be really good. This is the first season, which was a 26 episode season, which was on Noitomina, so it's got some... Noitomina shows tend to be quite good, not always, but a lot of them do, and Honey and Clover is very highly rated, so I had always wanted to see it. So yeah, I finally put down the cash and bought the first season. The second season is only a half season. I'll be getting it sometime in May after probably I've watched these, as I'm going to watch them relatively soon. But as I said earlier in the video, I'm currently in Naruto filler deadlock, although I'm almost finished. I've only got 15 episodes of the filler left and I can finally move on to Shippuden, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the Honey Clover box sets, they're really nice. When I get all of them, I may do an anime packaging video one day because they're nice. Okay, we'll save the best till last, so we'll do this now. Bonet Ren Mei, another fantastic series, a great sci-fi fantasy blend with some fantastic characters as well. Not the greatest series ever, not perfect, but it's a very good show. I had owned the series with all 4 volumes in this art box, which is the more standard art box release, which is nice. But I'd always been a great fan of the Japanese art box, which was released in a limited quantity by Genion as a complete collection after they'd already released this in the 4 volumes. And the art box by itself was put up on eBay, and I ended up spending far too much for it. This is my art box addiction at its finest, because I bought the art box on its own for £30, but it is way nicer. So yeah, this is how the complete collection release was released in the Japanese styled art box, which is just so nice. Great character designs all over it. The art from all the characters in the show, it wraps all the way around. It's got all the colour palette that the show has. It has all our are they called Ren Meis or are they called Hibernates? I actually can't remember, but they're essentially angels, but not quite. But yeah, I haven't seen the show for a couple of years now, but I remember loving it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I do like this art box. It is nice. It's a nice, simple design. It does reflect the show quite well, but in comparison, well, there just isn't none. This is way better. So it was expensive at 20. I think it was actually £30, just under. So yeah, it was expensive, but it was well worth it because Bonet Ren Mei is a show that I rate pretty highly. So I wanted to buy that when I saw it. And finally, upon recommendation from, or the latest recommendation if I'm honest, from Rock God Itachi, many people have told me to... sorry about that, my battery just like totally cut out on the, the iPod, so it's about an hour later, and I'm finally going to show you the last thing I was talking about. So yeah, I picked up Death Note Volumes 1 and 2 from Viz Media. This is long overdue. It might amaze some of you that watch my videos that yes, Death Note, I haven't seen it and it wasn't a part of my collection. I don't know why it's taken me so long, but I've been talking to Rock God Itachi on Skype a lot recently, and when I said, oh, I'm not quite sure what to pick up next for the anime collection, I had some ideas, and he said, and then we ended up talking about Death Note just a little bit, and he said, you have to see it. I can't believe you haven't seen it. It's not, he was saying like, it's not faultless, but it is extremely good, and I think you'll like it. So I went, well, let's see if I can find a good deal for it, and the UK edition was about £28, but I like the American stuff, so I went looking for the American stuff, and I found box 1 and box 2 for £15 each, I think it was. In the end it worked out about £32, so it was a £4 more than the UK set. But I think the American sets are actually a little bit nicer, although the English set does have like some sort of art box type thing. It's not really, there's like a fin pack set art box, but I wanted just these sets because they look cool. So yeah, I picked up Death Note. Death Note. I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up. So many people have like recommended it to me, and yeah, it just took me a while, but I finally got it, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I'll probably finish it sometime in May. I haven't started yet, but it'll probably be done by the end of May, I imagine. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to finally jumping into the series. I've heard, like I said, so many good things about it. So yeah, definitely. I'm a bit thrown off track now because it's a whole hour later. So, but yeah, that's it. That's what I picked up for the second half of April, and the first part of May pickups will be coming probably in a week or so. I've got something coming tomorrow morning which I'm going to do an anime unboxing video for, because I've been looking forward to this set coming out. I know there are already videos of it on YouTube, but I just really want to talk about it because I think it's one of the best looking sets that I've seen for a long time. At least I think it will be when I get it in my hands, and it's super cheap, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Yeah, so look forward to that tomorrow probably, or latest Friday. But yeah, that's everything for... I'm repeating myself now. So check the links in the description. I think I mentioned Anime Fan, Grant62, David Bunch of Numbers, and Rock God Itachi. So yeah, check those guys out. They're all awesome. Especially check out Rock God Itachi this week, because he's showing off... He did a room tour yesterday, and he'll be showing off a really awesome update to that room tour that any anime fan will like to see. So yeah, check those guys out, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. So yeah, bye for now.